Hello everyone, welcome to another discussion video. Today I have with me, SuperMarioFan123311, and Spacey McSpacer.
Yeah, I'm over here. You may have also known me from the last Let's Play episode if you managed to see that.
Yes, and there's a possibility Pepsi Maniac might come in by surprise, but we'll see, you know. But nonetheless, for today's subject, we're going to basically be like discussing, you know, the 40th anniversary of Pac-Man, as well as and kind of also breaching into the subject of like what's currently going on in the gaming industry as a whole, you know. So, because you know it's been quite interesting, let's just say, and
Past decade has been really interesting, to say the least.
Yes.
But before we go on to discuss Pac-Man, let's discuss his previous anniversary titles, which have been, I think his first anniversary title was his 20th?
Yes, it was Pac-Man World 20th anniversary.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice way to reintroduce Pac-Man to the public.
Yes. And then after that there was Pac-Man World 3, which started off as Pac-Man Adventures.
Yeah, basically, it was an okay game. It could have potentially been the best one, but it just missed the mark by just having some glaring flaws from it. You know, obviously being during a time where Namco was not in the best state.
Yes.
To say.
And a lot was also cut out of development. You know, like there's like a lot of cut content, and it was kind of like rushed. It's kind of a miracle
in
that game.
There's a reason why I jokingly refer to it as Pac-Man 05.
Yeah. Although
originally Don Bluth was going to be involved, but then he just disappeared from development.
Yeah, nothing was ever really said about what happened with Pac-Man Adventures, why it ceased development. You know, though, the funny thing to note, going back to what Marcus said about, you know, calling it Pac-Man 05, the funny thing is that it did come out the same day as Shadow the Hedgehog, another infamous game of the Edge era. In fact, basically the poster child of the mid-2000s Edge era. But, aside from that, and I believe for the 30th anniversary, was it? Yeah, 30th.
It was Pac-Man Party on Wii, which was also released the next year on 3DS as well. And it was sort of like the weird transition period between World Era and Ghostly Adventures.
Right.
It had its own weird set of characters. Like, I think I really do like the robot dude. He was pretty cool.
Right, yes.
And at least in my eyes, it's better than pretty much almost all the Mario parties. It's pretty much better than all of them because, well, I just think the mini games just work a lot better, and I just prefer the more Monopoly style gameplay rather than Mario Party's more star getting approach. Like, it's not going to be as devastating, but there's a lot more strategy to it.
Right. There's also Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions.
Yeah, that was also part of the transition period. In fact, I think that was the first game where they announced Ghostly Adventures.
Right. Yes, I remember.
They had
the
movie.
Yeah, the movie. Which animation-wise looked better than the actual show, but I mean it's a trailer, so of course it's kind of gonna look better, you know. You know, the pilots always look better than pilots always have better like production value, which is pretty much a given. But
and
also in that game, also in Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions, that also came with you know, the originals, the Championship Edition, and I guess whatever that Galaga game was. And
there was also Pac-Man Tilt.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. Pac-Man Tilt, which was the first platformer we have seen since World 3. So that was like the first. Yeah, that was the first platformer in like 5 years, technically, if you think about it.
Yeah, it was also like I think they reminded me a lot of Pac-Man World 2 on GBA. Ghostly Adventures 3DS all just kind of remind me of World 2 on GBA, which also coincidentally kind of came out in 2005.
Right.
25th anniversary. I don't get why the GBA version of Pac-Man World 2 came out so late after its console version.
Wait, it did. Oh, I never knew that, actually. It came out that late.
I think, it's very weird. Like, Pac-Man 2 GBA sources are so weird when it comes to its release date, but
Yeah.
I've usually either seen it was released in 2002 or 2005.
Right. The
It's
funny...
so weird.
The version was released in either 04 or 05, something like that.
The funny
Probably
thing...
04 at least.
No, the funny thing is that World 3 was going to get a GBA version as well, but that got scrapped for some reason.
Instead, we got the weird DS port, which was so weird because it was so close to the console version.
Yes. I can only imagine, though, that the GBA version would have been like a traditional, like, beat-em-up, sort of in the vein of stuff like Streets of Rage, but, you know, Pac-Man.
Yeah, and it probably would combine, like, the gameplay of something like TMNT on Game Boy Advance with something like Pac-Man 2 on GBA. Just, I think that's what I'm imagining.
I imagine it would have been like a 2.5 for deal if
Po-
they were on GBA.
Yeah, possibly. Yes. It could have been, you know, it could have been really bad.
Similar to how World 2 GBA was handled.
Right. Yeah, so it could have actually...
entirely, but it was clearly based off an existing game.
I mean, you know, going off of, you know, World 3 and of itself, as well as just the way the GBA versions of, like, the previous two World games were handled, we can only assume it probably would have been not very good.
I mean, most of these GBA tie-ins are mostly rushed compared to their console versions. Like, there are a few examples of the GBA versions being better than, like, their console counterparts.
Right.
Bob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman on GBA was pretty good compared to its console counterpart. And Flush Dreaming on GBA was also better than its DS and console counterparts as well.
Right. Yeah, there was Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, which had that, you know, which was, like, god-awful on the consoles, but, you know, the GBA version was alright.
And there was also a PC version, which was odd, to say the least.
Yes, that one looked different than the others.
It also had, like, that weird line where Jimmy Neutron said, "Woman." This was so fucking funny.
Women.
Actually.
Yeah.
I think all of the game's textures are literally, like, in the game's directory.
Right.
Yeah, so back on topic. Let's get
back on topic.
Titles.
Yeah, the anniversary titles. Okay.
I don't think there was anything for, like, Pac-Man's 35th. Or unless I'm forgetting something.
I think it may have been 256, but...
Yeah, I think it probably was. But that's probably going to be, like, the worst case scenario for Pac-Man's 40th, is that we just get, like, a mobile title.
Right. Well, going back to that, when did Championship Edition 2 come out?
2016, so...
Okay.
You could technically consider it an anniversary title, kind of.
Kinda.
Or you want to do something like that.
Didn't Pac-Man World also come out, like, a year after its anniversary? So, yeah, it kind of is, like...
It goes for Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness coming out 1 year before Miss Pac-Man's anniversary.
Right, yeah.
So, you think you could take account Championship Edition 2 as a anniversary title if you really want to.
Yeah.
It didn't really say anything about anniversaries, unlike World 1, World 3, and Party.
Now, if you think about it, though, it kind of feels like with each, you know, anniversary, the type of anniversary game we got sort of kind of got lesser and lesser in a way.
I personally think it's flip-flop. Like, we got good with Pac-Man World 1.
Yeah.
And then, like, we got mediocre with World 3. Pretty good with Party, and then we just got
mediocre again,
2, which was...
I mean, I haven't gotten around to playing Championship Edition 2, yes. It's kind of like Sonic in a way, how that's also a flip-flop with its anniversary. Is like, you know, we had it great with, you know, the 10th anniversary with Adventure 2 and stuff. 06 wasn't, the 15th anniversary wasn't necessarily fondly remembered, and but, you know, the 20th anniversary was great. And then, once again, and I guess, you know, the 25th anniversary, it's kind of a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah, I think 2006 will also have a mixed bag, because Sonic Riders also came out the same year as 06, and Sonic Riders was actually pretty fun, despite being a little complicated.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was, like, one of the 3 releases of that year. The other 2 were, 06 and the a really bad port of Sonic 1 to the GBA. But, you know...
Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pearl, right? I mean, it's pretty much up there with Earthworm Jim 1 and 2 on GBA with
yeah.
Bad.
Yes, so Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog both got released the same year. Think about it. Yeah. Because they're both called...
Mind-blowing deep.
Yes. But, okay, we're getting back on topic again. So, yeah, for the 40th anniversary, it's been kind of, again, considering everything, we have to keep in mind that there's been a lot going on that's kind of led to, like, a lot of cancellations as far as, like, overall.
Games haven't been necessarily canceled.
Not games themselves.
Just delayed.
Just delayed.
I wouldn't be shocked if Pac-Man's supposed 40th anniversary tale comes out next year.
Right, yeah, the thing is, yeah, it's not like,
I mean,
there aren't any, like, canceled games per se, more so just events that have been kind of, like, postponed and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, if you would have told me back in, like, February if we were going to probably get something, like, something substantial, I would have probably said no back in February because, there's basically just, like, nothing going on in Namco.
Right.
And they're doing... But nowadays, I could kind of see a little bit more hope. Like, the
Right.
Mr. Driller trademark came true, so... At least we know that they're probably at least somewhat caring about their older series.
Yes. Also, to take in mind, there's that one person who, like, he's, like, affiliated with Namco, who said something about, like, about, you know...
To expect big things.
Expect big things, but, you know, that's, like, general. It's not like he's necessarily saying that to any of, like, fans of, like, the early 2000s Pac-Man and stuff. Or, like, it could...
Yeah,
He could be just...
Their big thing could have just potentially been just another mobile game.
Yes, or a
Imagine that.
Or a Championship Edition 3. Something
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily mind, but it would be overdone.
The issue I've had with things like that is the series is in a really bad situation right now. Like, interest in it is at an all-time low. And, like, I really don't feel like Namco is even really putting much effort into...
Yeah, you're right about that.
I'm looking at the Bubble Bobble franchise right now, and it's doing excellent with 4 Friends. It's just it's the best evolution of the series probably since I think Plus on WiiWare. And I'm just looking at Pac-Man and I'm like, Pac-Man, you don't have to try that hard in order to make a very good title.
Yeah, like, we could...
It just...
Like, another game like Adventures in Time would be great. You know, I mean, I think the thing I'd want the most is, like, another Game on the World style. Or, second... or, like, a runner-up would be, like, in, like, remakes, whatnot, but... Which I know, like, a lot of people have, like, asked for, you know? But, I mean... It doesn't need...
It would be a nice way to... It's been, like, the remasters have been good way to reintroduce franchises, like, ever since the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy came out.
Right. And we may be getting... On the subject of Crash Bandicoot, we may be getting, like, a brand new game in that franchise, too. So, I mean, it just goes to show that, like, remasters can, like, bring in interest. You know, assuming, you know, that goes off of off of the idea of...
Yeah, that's what I've been noticing in a lot of the remasters recently of even games like, you know, Voodoo Vince, The Blob, and Sphinx and the Cursed Money have all gotten, like, remasters on, like, different platforms.
Yes.
And the Thai games as well. Those have also gotten a lot of remasters.
Right, not to mention we're also getting, like, that remake of Battle for Bikini Bottom as well.
Coming, like,
yes.
this summer?
Yeah, I believe. It's sometime in either June or July.
So a remaster could potentially help bring an interest.
Right, yes.
I mean, that's probably just gonna be like the best case scenario in my mind. The middle case scenario in my eyes is a pretty good collection. Like, Pac-Man Museum was an okay collection. It wasn't necessarily the best, but it wasn't the worst. Like, the game collection at first looks pretty good, but then you realize they picked the, like, 2005 arrangement, and then you realize that Battle Royale is only local only and no online.
Right.
And then you realize that they're just there to just promote Ghostly Adventures, like the medals.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
even like the menu itself was like just had like the Ghostly Adventures characters on it. So that was
Yeah, it
kind
just
of...
felt like a one giant marketing ploy, which I just don't think is right. Especially now
Yes.
that Ghostly Avengers is dead, essentially.
Oh, yes.
Even deader than Sonic Boom.
It's like the thing with Ghostly Adventures is it's clear that they really wanted it to be this like brand new
take on the
wipe out
series.
everything reboot in a sense.
Yes, and that was like
They
the...
plastered it everywhere on Pac-Man Museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing
at
is...
least it's good to at least know at least some more Ghostly Adventures. I mean,
Yeah, the thing is with Ghostly Adventures is that they, again, the biggest sin they made with that was that by having it replace the main canon, you know, or replace the previous canon and whatnot. Having it be a replacement, you know, that was like the big mistake they made as far as that game.
Yeah, if I were to make a Pac-Man collection, I would like combine like all three lores, like the 80s lore, the World Era lore, and the Ghostly Adventures lore together, just to have like some ultimate museum. Like, if you want to really go super far with it, maybe do a Namco museum.
And the 2000s lore pretty much helped interconnect with each other.
Well, I've talked about like 80s as in like the 80s Hanna-Barbera cartoon. I don't know, it just...
Well, yeah.
That's what an automatic
you have a
think
point
80s.
there. The cartoon was never really considered canon, aside from Pac-Land and onwards being loosely based off it.
Yeah.
So, remember? I'm not sure if it was like Tekken or Soul Calibur. Like, remember them when that one... but remember when that one person asked like the director of like like another like Namco Harada, yeah. Which game was that? Was it Tekken? Or
he's responsible for Tekken, and I think he's like the current
when somebody
like CEO of Namco.
Yeah, like somebody like tweeted at him about like Pac-Man World 4, and he said, "We'll send your request to the Pac-Man team," which is a pretty interesting thing to note. Think about it, because
it's hard to tell when he's serious and when he's joking.
Right, I know. Yeah, he's probably joking.
He's kind of interesting like that.
Yeah, most likely he's joking, but I mean, there's a chance there is probably a Pac-Man team, Well,
I do know there is definitely a Pac-Man team. Because,
right.
Well, Lee, that one Namco employee.
Right. Yes.
It's listed on his profile that he's the head chief director of it.
Yes. So yeah, there are a couple of things to like note as a couple of things to like give hope about something good with Pac-Man coming. Now as far as have we already gone over like the worst case scenario? Or
I feel if the worst case scenario happens, I feel this is the last we'll see of Pac-Man for like at least another decade or so. Like, I'm not saying they're outright gonna fully kill him off, but he'll essentially be regulated to merchandising, and you'd probably get nothing but just we've already been mostly having almost nothing aside from really shallow mobile games, but at the same time, like with the mobile market in general seemingly dying out, at least in America, because Japan has sadly always had kind of a gambling problem. Thanks, Konami.
Right. Yes. I mean,
for a long time, I've always felt they're already starting to demote Pac-Man.
Yeah, I mean,
popular as it used to be.
Yeah, especially with Ghostly Adventures happened, it was just like the ultimate reputation boom. It was like the ultimate boom in your pants that you could ever do. Like,
it was.
It would take fucking years for Pac-Man to possibly recover from Ghostly Adventures.
Yeah, it's like, they had.
If they want to recover from Ghostly Adventures, they need to release something major.
Yeah, Pac-Man World 4.
Yeah.
Pac-Man World 4?
And it's not like Mario or Sonic where there's like lore there to at least keep people interested.
Right.
There isn't any Pac-Man lore.
And people even doubt that, they're actually surprised when I tell them, oh, there's an actual fan base, there's a lore, there's all this stuff. Because at this. They don't think Pac-Man is a character because all they think about is
The arcade game.
Yeah, that applies with so many 80s arcade games, I cannot tell you.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard being a early 2000s Pac-Man fan, you know.
Early 2000s Pac-Man fans are oppressed in society.
Right.
franchises like Mario and Donkey
We live in a
Kong.
society.
Pac-Man more or less stopped evolving because I don't know why they chose to try and reboot the franchise. There's several guesses as to why. Like, some speculated it could have been because of World 3's mediocre reception. Others speculate it's due to the whole legal bullshit with General Computer Corporation and Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, and now that has moved on to act games as well. Let's put even more fuel in the fire.
Right.
And I think they would put Junior Pac-Man and Baby Pac-Man, Professor Pac-Man on the line as well.
I do know that the lawsuit between Namco and At Games is supposed to be settled right on the 30th of April.
Which is 2 days from now.
Oh, wow.
This is the recording.
Wow. Yeah.
But I feel like if things go badly, I don't see them attempting to continue Pac-Man without going back to the old lore, because that's really the only option they have aside from, again, outright demoting the series to nothing more than a merchandise icon.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they can make another lore because look at what happened last time, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
Yeah, it's just so tight of a situation. And, you know, Namco's probably just thinking, like, we have so many other IPs. Why ain't we exactly, you know, maybe we should put Pac-Man on, like, a back burner. Like, back burner as in, like, being the couch seat, you know?
Yeah.
I always felt they were already doing that, but I also wanted to bring something up, which...
Well,
like,
wait, wait,
hold
on. Wait, can hold on, can I go back to what... The whole thing about the back burner thing. Yeah, I mean that same thing kind of happened with Mega Man in a way, because you know, like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but especially since they're releasing like 5 to 6 titles a year.
Yes.
So I think it was a bad idea for Capcom to do it since most of their other IPs. I mean, Namco at least had a series they can use. Capcom, well. This was the same time where they were rebooting all their other series as well.
Yeah, Devil May Cry.
Commando and DMC.
Yes.
Anyone?
Yes.
I just remember up until Mega Man 11, and aside from Smash Brothers, you didn't even see him being used as like the company mascot.
Yeah.
Outside of a few very rare cameos.
Yes. So Marcus, you're gonna say something?
I was about to say, like, a lot of people like to argue about me regarding Pac-Man's dwindling popularity at the moment, but something I always like to bring up is the fact that Klonoa has gained a lot more of a reputational boost in a way.
Yeah, because, well, people were, like, thanks to people like Exo, Peregrine Gamer, and Browski on Twitter, I think people are starting to realize that, hey, maybe we should revive this series that has gotten, like, no attention. Same thing probably goes for Mr. Driller. Like, I know several Mr. Driller people on Twitter because, like, Simon Dromont and Rayman Margot, those are two people who are Mr. Driller fanatics. So those are, like, the two franchises why they're being revived.
But Klonoa in particular, I feel, has outshined Pac-Man in popularity. And let me get this straight, popularity and iconicness or being well known are two different things entirely.
Yeah, because I think when I argue with people like Camrock Studio, I just think there's a difference between being a video game icon and being popular as a series.
Right.
Like, there's a difference between being the most popular video game ever and having a popular franchise that people are actively in fan bases.
And the thing is, with Pac-Man is people doubt there's an actual fan base. In fact, whenever I tell them so, they're actually actively surprised.
Yeah, that's kind of sad because there's actually because other than like a few certain people, the Pac-Man fan base is fucking fun. Like,
Yeah,
there's
no,
so much discussion, so
Yeah.
much happiness, so just radiating.
yes,
Kind of
compared,
like Pac-Man himself.
It's just
yes,
been kind of sad at the moment because again, we're in a massive drought, and I
Yeah.
feel we're
we've been in like a,
this is like
Yeah.
the tip of the iceberg that
Like
we're
a
Yeah, we're
decade
scraping
drought.
the bottom of the barrel. We're almost at the bottom of the barrel, really.
I mean, at this point, yeah, that we've really not had, we've not had anything since like 2016. I mean,
Yeah.
like even Sonic, which is another series that's like that's kind of in a bit of a drought. They've still had things going on like the movie and stuff.
Yeah, and Team Sonic's Racing. Like, if Namco made something like Team Sonic Racing for Pac-Man, at least something like that.
That would be great, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, another Pac-Man World Rally type of game
like
would
a
be.
lot of people will bring up how Sonic's reputation has not been the best, but I always felt Pac-Man has had it almost
Worse.
just as bad, if not worse.
Right.
Yeah, because at least people remember Sonic. At least people can laugh at Sonic. When you're a video game character, like I know so many obscure characters that I wish they were known. Like two examples are Bubble Bobble series. I wish that got more relevance, especially hoping that the new Buck 4 Friends game is selling well. And another is Bravo Man. I really wish that the Shifty Look series got more attention because it was somewhat fun. And if Namco actually developed a new full-on Bravo Man game, like a non-mobile one, just something on consoles and PC, that could potentially be excellent.
Right. Yes.
I think being doomed to obscurity rather than being infamous is worse. I think it's worse to be the unknown than to be an infamous video game character. In fact, I think being infamous is beneficial.
Right.
Sonic uses cringy reputation to get to the top of the world, and Bubsy manages a return based on the fact that, hey, that video game icon that you hate so much that has been dead for so long,
He's back.
He is practically a meme, and that's what revived him.
He's
the same thing goes for Gummy Bear and Crazy Frog. Those things basically thrive off meme value.
Oh yeah, I just remembered fucking Shaq Fu.
Oh yeah.
Night
Trap.
That's like a dollar bin title at this point.
And also Night Trap, kind of goes in that category as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got a recent re-release.
Yes.
And it's especially funny since it's now on Nintendo system.
Yeah, that was like a Sega Saturn game. So.
Like a lot of people.
Well, not Saturn, CD. How could I get that wrong? But oh, you're saying?
I was saying, people always tell me how the original arcade game will always be iconic, and I don't deny that, but people are forgetting that Pac-Man was an actual series at one point.
Yeah, we had, games with, like, lore and, characters and,
Yeah, they try new things, and when they try new things and succeed, they succeed.
Yes.
And if they failed, well, just move on to the next thing. It was kind of like how Mario is.
Right.
Like,
and the Pac-Man...
Mario wasn't just constant jumping platformer goodness. There was Mario Party, Mario Kart, and
the RPG games, yes, and Mario RPG, Mario,
There's actually
Paper Mario.
YouTubers I've seen who only really care about Mario because of the RPGs.
Yeah, that's how big Mario is. They only can care about one specific piece of the lore. Like, in fact, if Ghostly Adventures was just like a sub-series, like how
Sonic Boom
like a
was.
series, like World was still going on and Ghostly Adventures was a sub-series, I bet that there would be at least a somewhat major Ghostly Adventures fandom, like how Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario have their own little fan bases inside the Mario fan base.
Right, exactly. And, okay, so I just had a thought, we know how, like, I do know an idea for how they could, like, do, like, another, like, a new take on Pac-Man, like a new series, that, might actually work out, but, well, we don't really know. You see, the thing is, Pac-Man Monsters. That, like, remaking that.
That was, like, really, really beloved.
Yeah, because, yes.
Yeah, it could be like the Puyo Puyo Quest of the series, where they just introduce new characters and new variations and reintroducing old ones.
See, that's what, Pac-Man Monsters, that's what Ghostly Adventure should have been, because, that actually had, like, an appeal to it that, longtime fans would, like, that appeal to longtime fans. I mean, had everything been reversed and, like, Pac-Man Monsters been like the big new series, and Ghostly Adventures was just like the mobile title, then maybe we'd still be like getting, you know, like new stuff.
Yeah, we'd be way more confident.
Yeah, we would be getting way more stuff, you know, and you know, Pac-Man would still be like really respected. Thing is, ever since Ghostly Adventures, yeah, there really hasn't been much respect for the Pac-Man series, because, you know, Ghostly Adventures kind of charged that. It took what was a beloved icon, you know, a unique series, and turned it into, like, you know, like a dumb
the poster boy for, you know, oh, remember all those strange redesigns characters like Sonic and Mega Man had, just tie into a TV show?
Yeah, they were.
Now it's the entire series.
Yeah, it repurposed the franchise to just like a dumb, you know, like cartoon.
It's almost like a baby show, you know.
A baby show, yeah, a dumb baby show for like.
And it was like, it wants to do something serious, but it's so engrossed in meme value.
Right.
That just like
baby moment. And from, you know, I haven't watched every episode. From what I've heard, there's like some like dark lore implications. But like,
there is, because ghosts and that are actually
dead people, yes. But the thing is, you wouldn't care about that stuff because it's all like just drowned out in like stupid fucking like meme humor that is like.
Yeah. Yeah, like in the ghosts and the backstory of Ghostly Adventures were so scary and threatening, but in the show they're just
yeah,
right.
You know, people just thought it didn't look good.
Yeah, like if we in Betrayus, there's the thing, especially Betrayus, like they made him like this dumb cartoon Saturday morning villain. Like, I mean, if we had like
Betrayus design level looks kind of badass, not spooky level badass, but
right.
It's badass enough to at least work as a serious villain.
I mean, if we got like spooky, you know, someone like that could have like been great, you know, or. Yeah, it was going back to Pac-Man Monsters. That had spooky, you know. That had like characters from that had like boss characters from the World series. So like, once again, another thing about that made that loved is that it had like continuity from like previous games, which was also kind of like missing in, you know, Ghostly Adventures. I mean, aside from Pac-Man and the Four Ghosts, you really don't have any. You don't have anything that like appeals to like the other subsections of the fan base.
Yeah, a lot of the character names are just bad puns, like Circumference and Butt Talks. I believe there is one. Mr. Butler, yeah, that one.
I mean, nobody's gonna care about these side characters who are basically just in this because they don't have the right. Let's face it, you know, these characters like, you know, Cylindria and the professor guy, whatever his name is, like the green professor guy with the white hair.
They don't nearly have the same.
No, what I want to mention. Okay, no. Here's the thing, because you know how. Right. Okay. You know how like, because we mentioned because you know, characters like Miss Pac-Man and Professor Pac, they don't have the rights to those characters. Like, I mean, they're stuck in legal limbos at the moment. So, like, of course, they had to create these alternative versions of the characters. Yeah. So, instead of Miss Pac-Man, you have Cylindria. And instead of Professor Pac, you have whatever that guy's name was. I forgot once again. Circumference. You know, you don't have... I mean... Yeah, and, Circumference. Oh, that's Circumference! I got him mixed up with... Okay, so that's Circumference. Okay, I thought Circumference was one of the... Oh, you're saying?
You remember Pac Store, that one Japanese web series?
Yes!
Yeah, they had like they were kind of like the same as well. So we just basically had like 3 variations, but you're just Miss Pac-Man, Pink Miss Pac-Man, and Kind Bow Miss Pac-Man.
Of course, with Pac Store, I've heard that there's heavy implications, especially with the actual like promotional stores in places like Japan and Hawaii, that they would actually have like the original Miss Pac-Man cabinets and whatnot by artwork of these characters to further implicate that, you know, these are basically the same.
Right.
Yeah.
But yes. So, okay, so we're, coming close to time, you know, like, we're about coming to, like, end time, so, I guess we should, like, start making, like, our final, thoughts, giving our final thoughts, so, does anything any of you want to say more before we end this off?
I just want to say that I hope that this Namco gives hope to the fans and that they're going to get a good thing. Like, the last thing I want, like, at least something that could just say, hey guys, back. And not, this is just another thing. Like, the last thing I wanted was Championship Edition 3. I like the Championship Edition games. Okay, the original DX were pretty good. Championship Edition 2 was meh. I mean, but the last thing I want of Pac-Man's Anniversary is Championship Edition 3. Not only because Championship Edition 3 would likely be it would just be run to the ground at this point, like, even more than, like, Championship Edition 2 already has, but would also just admit the fact that Pac-Man is just an arcade funny guy and not a person with actual lore and actual characters.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Championship Edition, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it's a good thing, but it's too much of a good thing that ends up being bad, because, like, if they make a third one, I would, like, literally have no interest whatsoever. I'm sure, like, a lot of people, I'm sure there would be some people who would, like it, but, like, in the end of the, it has no lasting value.
My fear with Championship Edition 3 is that I get, like, PTSD of what happened to New Super Mario Brothers. Another that started out great, but
yeah, like,
PTSD is kind of extreme, but
yeah, it's a little bit extreme because at least the Pac-Man Championship games are coming out like time spread and not all at once. That was probably the reason why New Super Mario Bros. Died in my eyes, was because they released it so quickly that they just didn't have, like, enough to just compromise as their own, like, make it, you know, have their own identities. In fact, I think Championship Edition series is one of its biggest problems, is that it has the lack of identity. Like, sure, it's pretty good in the moment, but there's nothing I could really say makes it memorable. Like, for example, Pac-Mania. That one was memorable because of its very cool jumping mechanics, new ghost introductions, and Adventures in Time had, like, unique environments about, like, you know, they had, like, many different mini games, and the mazes were more dynamic. And Arrangement 1996 had, like, not only some of the best songs in the entire series, but also introduced a new ghost and was cooperative.
And
Championship Edition, I just can't exactly think of anything that's just, like,
right, yeah,
standing out.
Championship Edition, it's great. I mean, it's good, but, like, in the end of the day, it doesn't really add to the series, you know. It's literally just another nostalgic throwback cash grab. And I mean, it's good for what it's worth, but that can't be what the series relies on. We have to, like, innovate, you know, like, make something new. And personally, I think the series needs to return back to platformers, at least for, like, maybe one more game. I'd be happy with at least that, as long as it's, like, at least if it follows the example set by the first two World games.
I just want something with an actual, like, budget.
Yes.
Something that's not just basic shapes again.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I like the neon aesthetic, there's a point where it just gets tiring.
I mean,
the 80s nostalgia has been plastered at this point to the point where I'm just sick and tired of it. It's been happening since the early 2010s, and it's just getting tired.
Yeah.
Like, really.
You know, Pac-Man needs, you know, the real Pac-Man kind of just needs to wake up, you know.
Yeah, we just need something that at least screams, this is why you like Pac-Man. This is why we stay and enjoy games like World 2 and stuff.
Right. Yeah, we need... Yeah, so yeah, at the end of the day, we just want, you know, our kind yellow fella back, you know, in his truest form, you know.
But hey, if they don't ever decide to make a new Pac-Man game, at least there's a few fan games, and Konoha and Mr.Driller will be back, so at the very least it will give us some hope.
Right. So
at
yeah.
least for now. Like,
yeah.
It could be, like, Pac-Man's 40th anniversary could really be the worst anniversary ever. Still hold on at least a little hope, thanks to the Encore games that are starting to come out.
Yeah, not...
Like, I've been really negative this past, like, whole year, but I'm starting to realize that I can't really dwell on that too much, because that's literally why I moved on to Mario. begin with.
Right. Yes. You know, even if we don't end up getting that, you know, that quality Pac-Man platformer we hope for, I mean, at least if we don't get it from Namco, we can get it in the form of that fan game, Pac-Man World.
Fan game like
Spooky
Revenge.
Yeah, Spooky's Revenge. Yes.
It looks fun. And
Yeah.
I probably hope to one day review it.
Yeah, me
But-
too. Hopefully, but nonetheless, do you guys have anything else you want to say more?
Pray for the best, expect the worst.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. You know.
I'm just praying for something that's good. The baseline for me would just be a good Pac-Man collection.
Yeah.
I do hope they remaster the World Trilogy.
I
Make
would
World
honestly
4.
just take mere re-releases to Steam, just to expand modability and all that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be great. You know.
And they really just need to find their ways to do more cool things with a character that's more unique. Like,
Yeah.
we need new car racer. We need a new pinball game. We need something that's more.
We need another like maze adventure, like some stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, Namco, please don't
Another
stop that shit on
platformer.
mobile.
And another platformer. While we're at it, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe an RPG.
I'd love to see a Pac-Man RPG.
Yes.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, maybe something like a tower defense game could also work. You know.
Anyways, so that's it for this video. I will have the links to the channels for both Mario123311 and Spacey in the description. And as always, I will see you all later.
Yeah. See you guys as well. Hopefully I'll get my next review done this month.
Right, and
Okay, not next month. Next month because not this month because there's only enough 2 more days in this month.
right,
I swear to God, this month flew so fast.
right, yes,
That's what Corona does.
that's what it does.
Yeah.
Yes, and hopefully we may see a return to, you know, to the true Pac-Man. But anyways, I will see you all later, and yeah, I'll see you all later.